So I'm outside working with this new power station, and it got all full of mud and filth. I guess I better wash it off. Now tell me, how many power stations can you do that with? So I guess I better charge this up after being outside all day. But yep, this is the world's first IP65 rated outdoor power station. This is the Bluetti AC240, 2400 watts power, 1536 watt hours, and you can use this outside pretty much anywhere. It's got full dust protection. It's resilience against water jets, okay? So this is perfect for outdoor camping, RVing, desert camping, off-roading, even boats and yachts. It does have the TT30 port. Now the best part about this is its fast charging ability. With an AC charge, you can be up to 80% in 45 minutes, and we will show you that in a little bit. And with full charge in 70 minutes, it's got 1200 watts of max solar input. I'm currently running it on a 200 watt panel. As you can see, I'm getting about 157 watts in right now. It is the Bluetti 200 watt PV panel. There are bunches of different ways, 5 different ways to recharge this. AC, solar, car, a lead acid battery, or AC and solar. So I could run my cable inside off this, charge it on the AC wall socket and the solar panel that I'm charging behind there. So let's get this inside, wipe it off a little bit more, and I will show you a little more on the features of this awesome power station. Alright, so we're doing this video today down here because this is a very large, heavy power station. It may not look like it at first, but it would be kind of difficult to do it up on my table. So I wanted to show you this thing today because the biggest thing about it is the fact that it is completely safe to wash off with any kind of hose. So one of the things you want to do with this is if it gets dirty, you just take a hose, you just spray it down. It's IP65 rated. It will take dust. It's been out here for about say 3 weeks or so now, and it's gotten filthy and dusty, you know, because it's a garage. It still gets dusty no matter how neat I keep it. And I just let it get dusty, and then I took it outside, did a little work outside with it, and it got muddy and full of, you know, our desert mud that never seems to come off. And it did a pretty good job taking all that water and being able to be charged up and used. So as you can tell, I haven't fully dried it off. I did tip it over a little bit to get some of the water out there, but I wanted to give you a little bit of specs on this. Now you can do dual of these. You can do dual AC 240s in parallel, okay? You will double the power on this. You get 4,800 watts, okay? That will meet 99% of your indoor requirements anyway, so you'll be pretty good. Now remember, the voltage will remain constant, but the power doubles. So your parallel capacity on these are 3,072 watt hours. That means 2 of these together, 2 of these units. It does also have the option of connecting a battery, and we will be talking about that in a little bit. But the coolest part about this is once you connect 2 units or a battery in this unit together, they will both charge simultaneously perfectly, and they will discharge perfectly as well. This does have an industry-leading UPS, so you can use this for backup power. I think it's less than 15 milliseconds it'll pop on. It does have the Blue Opus AI BMS, okay? That is your battery management system. That thing is going to allow you to protect against overcharge, discharge, overcurrent, over temperatures, and it has diagnostic and reporting capabilities that you can pull up in the app if you want to take a look at it. So definitely a cool system all the way around. So what I want to do quickly here, right here, is show you the power of this thing and what it can run. You're really going to be amazed at the amount of stuff this thing can run, and it does have the good old powerlifting mode too, so if we go a little bit over its rated capacity, you'll still be just fine. Let me set up some items out here and let's try them out and see how well they work. Alright, so we got it all set up here. You see a close-up of the screen. We're going to be turning this on. This is our little heat pan here, or heat table. Let me turn on the AC, I forgot to. And there we go. You'll notice the fan kicks on right away because your AC output is 2,400 watts, so we're going to turn that down to low. I also have the heat gun going here, so now you're looking at 1,946 watts. So it was pretty close. You saw the red flashing. It was pretty close to the highest power it could do. If I turn this completely off, you'll see this drops down with just the hot plate here. So you see this can definitely go over its rated power range for a little bit. I mean, you don't want to abuse it and push it, but it can do it very, very well. And not many things that I have can run this hot plate. It runs, as you can see, about 1,200 watts. So very, very impressive with that. The coolest part about this is you're substituting this for gasoline generators. This is safe power usage. You can use it indoors. You no longer have to worry about, you know, carbon monoxide fumes and any of that. You bring this inside, you run a cable outside to your solar panels, and you're able to charge this up and use it inside with odor-free, emission-free, quiet, plug-and-play use, okay? No longer having to worry about that. So, we're going to talk quickly, when I get finished with this test, about the B210 expansion batteries, but I want to show you a few more things. Now, I ran a dehydrator on this for 8 hours. The video quality isn't the best because it was kind of dark in the room. I ran it overnight, but I want to show you how that test went and show you how well it did. So we got our dehydrator running here, and I've got this set up so that it's pulling about 21 watts right now because it's up to temperature. When it goes up to temperature, it's going to say you only have like an hour left on the power station. But the thing with this is it just sits there and it kind of runs and make sure the fan's going. Yep, sits there, gets to temperature, and just kind of sits there and dehydrates the food. So it will bump up from time to time, and then it will drop down to 21 watts. But normally, this will pull about 600 or 700 watts. So you see how well this is doing. We're going to do a little experiment on this. I'm going to run it all night and see if I can dehydrate everything that's in there. We're going to put in some zucchini in there and try it out. All right, so we've been going for about an hour now, a little under an hour. Actually, a little over an hour, and we were when I came in here pulling the 658 watts, and it said you only had 1.2 hours left. But as I'm standing here getting ready to record it, you can see it's back to 44 hours. I'm going to zoom you in again, because I want to show you the screen. There you go. And I'll zoom you in on this screen up here that will change back and forth a few times. Sorry about the bouncing around here. Let me move the light out of the way, too. 10:57, so we set it for 12 hours, so... Doing good. All right, bring it back. All right, so it's been 6 hours. I actually came out here. I had it set for 12, but I remembered that I sliced these zucchinis a lot thinner, so it only needed about 6. And as you can tell, I'll bring one up close to you and show you. These things are absolutely perfect. I've got 37% left on the battery, so after 6 hours of running that on and off, about 600 watts, did really well. Let's take a look at the zucchinis and see what we got in there. So, one of the things I did too was coat this with some spray grease so they just slide right off. As you can tell, there's proof. You can actually do this with this power station. So that was pretty darn impressive. Now, one of the things I want to show you here next is how to get into the menu on this and set the Wi-Fi up and the Bluetooth, because I want to show you the app. What you're going to do when you want to go in there is you're going to push both these buttons for DC and AC at the same time until the menu pops up. And then you have your choices between your hertz of power, your what is it, eco mode, and the sleep mode. This is your lifting mode. You see that little icon down there, a little arm for power lifting if you want to turn that on. This is your eco mode there, and here is your Bluetooth. Now, if you want the Bluetooth on, you're just going to hit that over here on or off. See, now I've turned it on. So we're going to move on to the next one, and that's your Wi-Fi. If you want the Wi-Fi on, you can connect to this with Wi-Fi as well. And then you're done. So when you're all finished, you're going to push this, close it all up, and you're back to your main screen. Let's back up and show you the app. So here is the app with all of your options. You have your Bluetooth on and all that. You can open your application devices, your available devices there. We're going to go for the, I already put this in here, so we're going to go for this. And it will tell me to reset the Wi-Fi connection on here. And then it's connecting. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see it on the screen, there's all the info on the power station itself. Okay. Battery pack health and information. Okay, this is all the information for packs 1 and 2 on the battery. Okay, and pack 3, your standby modes, all that, all on there. Okay, we're going to go back here to our out and in. You can turn it on or off with that button there. You can turn the AC and DC on and off. And your power generation so far is under a kilowatt there, from 0.70 kilowatt. And it shows you your CO2 reduction if you care about that stuff. And there you go. So if I want to turn on, say, my AC power, I click that button. Now I want you to watch the screen. And there you go. That just turned on. So let's take a quick look at the screen here. I'll move it closer so you can see it. There you go. So if I want to turn that off now, I click it. It says, okay, turn it off. And there you go. It's off. So very, very nice, very, very robust app. There's a ton of stuff you can do with the app in this. And you can add devices as well. We're going to be going back into that again. Don't know why it tells me to do that, but it tells me to do that every time, and then it connects fine. So it shows you your output and input on the app. Very, very handy to have this app. I can run this out here, powering something, run an extension cord into my house, and I have this app right here that can tell me what's going on with my power station the whole time. So let's move on to the next item I want to talk about this, and that is the B210 expansion battery that can be used alone or in conjunction with this power station. All right, so on top here you have your B210 2,150 watt hour expansion batteries. If you see some of the dots on here, that, believe it or not, is armor all from when I was cleaning my vehicle the other day. But again, it can be washed off, no problem. So what you're going to be doing is connecting this. Now this comes with a very thick, large cable. I hope you can see that in there. Even color-coded, so you can't go wrong with it. You know what color to put where. You're going to be connecting it on the side of these two units. We're going to connect it up, and we're going to try it out and show you the power all together with the whole system running. And then I'm going to show you the info on this particular unit itself. So I plugged in the bottom, but I wanted to show you how these go in. They're fairly simple. You're going to look for the arrows up top there. You're going to look for the blue on the blue, and literally just shove it in there and it will snap into place like that. These do have really nice covers, so that of course keeps this nice and water protected as well. So let's power on both units and take a look. So now they are in unison together. Now it doesn't matter if you run one that's 100% and this one's 96, it's fine, it'll even itself out somewhat. So it's all connected there. You'll see a little connector over here, a little icon. I'm going to move you closer so you can see that. There's a little icon right there. Hope you can see it, that will show you that this is connected to an external battery. So this doubles your watt hours now, and you're able to do so much more with this, okay? This can be used alone or in conjunction with the AC240, and can be used freely and flexibly under the same system. So with the LifePo battery on all these, you're looking at 3,500 plus charges total, okay? That is really, really impressive. Now this unit's pretty simple. I'm going to show you the controls on the top unit, and then we'll go over the controls on the bottom. Move you in a little bit. Of course, your power button, your USB 100 watt, your USB A, which is going to be an 18 watt. Your DC is off, but you can turn it on and use it either way there. I want to open up the cigarette lighter adapter port. Okay, that's a 10 amp 12 volt plug. So that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. You can charge off USB A and C on this or use the 12 volt. So on the bottom here, you have your DC power, which you can turn on or off. Your USB, which you can turn on or off, and I happen to like the fact that those are separate, because sometimes I'd want to just run something on DC power, and I don't necessarily want to turn on my USB, or vice versa, either way. Your AC power over here, your TT30 port for connecting to an RV or any other type of recreational vehicle. I mean, when you saw the water all over this, you knew it was safe to use on a boat. So you got your plugs here for your AC, and that's it. It's pretty simple. On the sides are your plugs for your adapters for charging and everything. And on this side, of course, you have the other side here. You have your connectors. That's all it's over there. Just those two connectors for an external battery. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick little charge up test. And I'm going to show you this from 37%. This was after I did the dehydrating. And it was at 37% after 8 hours of running my dehydrator. And that thing sucks a lot of power up. So I'm going to show you that, and then we're going to come back. We're going to finish up the video. I'm going to give you the final specs on this and the sale info on this, because this is up for sale as of today. See you in a second. All right, so now we're going to charge this thing up and see about how long it takes. It is at 37%. The time is currently 5:11 p.m. I'm going to let this run. I will have it connected and see how it's doing, and about when it'll be close to being ready, so I can show you when it gets to 100. So you see the icon up there underneath. I'm going to move you into the display really good here. There you go. You'll see it says grid. That means it's plugged into the grid currently, okay? And those are your input watts of 815. And let's see, you got about 1 hour and 30 minutes to charge on the bottom underneath that 37. You see that 1.3 there. So let's let it run, let it sit here, see how it does. Check back in an hour and see if it really is as fast charging as they say it is, because it's doing pretty good. So we started at 5:11. It is now 6:06, and we are at 84%, still going strong. All right, so it is 6:24. I kind of lost track of time, but it is fully charged. So it's probably close to an hour, and I had that thing from 37% to 100%. So the fast charging on this definitely works. Let's move on. So I did want to give you a little bit about some info on what it comes with. You saw the charging was pretty impressive on that. It did it really, really quickly from that low. So I want to get into the accessories here. Adapters here to plug in for any other type of connector you may need. There is your Anderson to the AC60, I believe, port. Okay. One of the things I like, and I'll show you this real quick, is that Bluetti has these little straps around everything, so it keeps it nice and organized. You're going to be getting your adapter for your wall plug, okay, your AC plug, and that is a specific type of connector And that's really hard to mess these up because they're all color-coded and they're a specific type of connector, so you can't mess them up. Again, you just got to plug that in, charge it up. And of course, your solar connector, which is kind of open because we use that for the solar panel. That is the Bluetti PV200, I believe, the 200-watt solar panel. And of course, you're going to be getting a manual for each item, the expansion battery and the portable power station. Loads of good info in these. These are well-written manuals, so if you have any kind of confusion, this is definitely something I would say if you're on the fence about buying a power station, but you want to buy something that's quality and will last you a real long time, this is definitely the way to go. I really, really like the way this system works. I have used this now for a couple of times, testing it out with really heavy loads, and it's performed flawlessly. So definitely something I would not worry about keeping out in the rain, or keeping out in a wet environment. Definitely cool for camping, although it is kind of heavy. So if you're going to be camping, I would suggest car camping on this one because it's a heavy unit. This thing is really awesome too. The expansion battery, I have always wanted to have something that's big enough that I could say could replace a smaller gas powered generator, and this is definitely able to do that and more. As you can tell, it ran both of those really heavy load items, and it ran my dehydrator without a problem for 8 hours straight. Now again, the dehydrator is kind of interesting because it'll surge and then it kind of cools off once it reaches temperature, and then it'll surge. So it wasn't 8 hours of 2,000 watts, but it was a good long time, and it went down to 37% when all was said and done. So I am really impressed with it. So a little bit of info on the two items here. Both batteries are LiFePO4, that is lithium iron phosphate. You're going to get life cycles of about 3,500 plus charges. You want to shelf recharge this to 80% about every 3 to 6 months. You do have your battery management system. You have an MPPT charge controller, okay? Your inverters on this are pure sine waves, so you can run sensitive electronics on it. The outlets are 120, 20 amps, okay? You have one NEMA TT30 port up here, and that is for connecting your RVs, your boats, whatever, into that. You do have a power lifting mode on this, which was the little icon on the bottom there. It's not on now, but you saw a little arm going up like that, and that will surge it up to 3,600. Again, you got the USB-A and USB-C ports here. USB-A's are 18 watts, USB-C's are 100 watts. You got your RV 12 volt, 30 amp, 360 watt max port up top there. Your cigarette lighter port on the side here, this is your RV port, the 12 volt RV port. Your cigarette lighter port here is going to be a nice big 10 watts or 10 amps on that, 12 volts. It is a regulated power supply, so you have no problem with that. Your UPS switching time, I was right, 15 milliseconds. All right, dimensions on this. Your length is going to be 16.5 inches. Width on it is going to be about 11.6 inches, and of course your depth on that is going to be about 16.1 inches. So storage temperatures, optimal storage temperatures are 14 to 113. Hopefully I never get to that of keeping it in my house. Your operating temperatures are going to be -4 to 104. You should be fine on this, no problem whatsoever. Again, you've got that scalability. You've got this plus 4 of these. You can run up to 4 of these on here. You can run 4 AC, the B210s on the AC240. That's 4 of them connected together, one after the other, and you'll have a whole lot of backup power that way. So all in all, really cool system. Again, the weight on this is a little bit on the heavy side, 70 pounds. Moving it around isn't fun, but not horrible. It's just if you're used to lifting up heavy stuff, you'll be fine. If you haven't lifted something heavy in a while, it might be a little bit of a challenge, but no big deal. As a matter of fact, I think one of my project videos in the future is going to be building a rolling cart for this system, something on the base there. But folks, here is the deal on the sale, all right? This is going to be on sale today. It is starting today. I have the AC240 link down below and the Amazon link for the AC240. You guys can get the best deal right now on early bird pricing by clicking the links in the description box, okay? You're going to save some serious money, plus you're going to get that early bird price from April 2nd, today, till April 29th, and the $100 discount code will also extend to April 29th. So if you guys are interested in getting in on this, it's a buy once, cry once situation. I'm telling you folks, if you need some backup power for your house, if you live in an area where maybe you can't have a generator outside, in an apartment building or whatever, but you can put a solar panel outside, this is the way to go, especially with the scalability with the batteries. And you can add up to 4 of these, so that makes it one heck of an impressive power system. Anyway, folks, I thank you guys for watching. My links are going to be down below, so check them out. It starts tonight at 7 o'clock. This video is going live when the sale starts, so I want you guys to check this item out. It is definitely cool stuff. And the battery will be there with this. So if you're interested in the battery alone, for whatever reason, it will be on the link with this. So you can follow this link and you'll be able to see the battery too. I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out all our links. Stay safe, stay powered up, and stay prepared.